Why migrate an application at all? What drives the need for a migration? We typically see code bases that would ideally have been migrated 5 to 15 years ago. Why are these kinds of delays in major PHP migrations so common? In our experience, it's the very business objectives that made the application necessary to build in the first place. Applications exist to meet specific business objectives. These business objectives create the very challenges that are at odds with migrating. Organizations focus on meeting shorter term, immediate needs. Their development and maintenance efforts are aligned with activities that drive revenue and keep costs down. This application is running. It's been doing its job for many years. The developer's fixing bugs, addressing immediate security issues, and most importantly, from the business's perspective, adding new application features the business requires to keep it competitive. That's the ball everybody has their eye on. How quickly can we adapt the application in the face of changing business needs? Think about things like, an insurance quoting system, parts tracking system for a warehouse, company's HR system. So while security is a concern for most organizations, as is having fewer bugs in the PHP runtime their applications run on, migrations take time away from developing the application features that organizations are naturally prioritizing. So when an organization finally determines it's time to migrate, why do they? The most common reasons we hear our clients tell us they want to lift an application from an old to a newer PHP version is security compliance requirements, regulatory requirements, or some form of industry accreditation. It's not surprising that a report from a security audit or a penetration test is the single most common driver for a code migration. Proactive companies are the ones having security audits and pen tests and are acting on the results. So that's a good sign. No one wants to spend the effort on a code migration, but more than that, no one wants to be all over the internet or suffer legal liability because of a data breach caused by an old CVE that was patched in a later PHP version that they never updated to, or something in an old version of a framework that they never got updates for. Another reasons clients migrate their applications is increased performance and reduced resource utilization in PHP that the core team has managed to achieve, especially since PHP 7.0. The various iterations of PHP have made measurable, significant gains in speed and lower memory requirements. For clients with large infrastructures and heavily used mission-critical applications, being able to benefit from these improvements can be a motivator for them to migrate because it's cost reduction, increased performance. Another reason to migrate to a new PHP version is to be able to take advantage of new language features. Although there are changes that can significantly benefit the day-to-day experience of developers and productivity of the development team, and reduce the likelihood of bugs getting into production. I've personally never heard from a client that this was top of mind for an organization when considering a code migration. It's kind of sad, but an interesting observation. It's almost always security. This is the main driver.